Well, so I thought after my last update, which featured the front garden and what my plans were for there, I thought I would do a wee update on my greenhouse and just show you what's been going on in here really. It seems to be a bit of a mini production line's been going, and trying new things that I've not grown from scratch before. So I shall give you a little bit of a guided tour around my lovely little greenhouse. Okay, so we are going to start with the foxgloves. Now these were, well, what I thought were dead last year, and I just kind of kept them in the greenhouse because I was so lazy and just couldn't be bothered binning them. But I'm so glad I didn't. These two have just bounced back from the death really, which is amazing. This is why I love gardening, because things defy you and really take you by surprise. So these two are going to be given a forever home in the front garden, which will go perfectly in with my cottage planting scheme, hopefully. They are meant to be a sugar plum variety, and I say I'm going to leave them grow a little bit longer in here, I think, and then we'll see about giving them a home over in there. My pelargoniums or geraniums, whichever one you decide you want to call these were some cuttings that I took from some shop bought ones last year up my hanging baskets. Now I normally can't do cuttings of any kind. I fail miserably until now. It would appear that these are now starting to show signs of life, and these were taken well before winter, and they've survived in the greenhouse. I'm just trying to show you some new growth in there. You can see that's coming through. But yeah, I've not overwatered them. I keep a check on them. I did remove an older sad looking leaf out of this one, but you can see, you know, it is showing signs of extra life in there. So really pleased with these. Dahlias, these are just starting to show some signs of life now. You can see some little shoots popping up on these, which is fantastic. Now I did have a go at growing dahlias last year, but I bought them when they were in the sale and there wasn't a lot of time of the growing season left, and then I completely forgot about them and all the tubers disintegrated. So I'm determined to try and have a go again, obviously starting at a more decent time of the year, and we'll guard these with my life and try and save the tubers, because this is where I fall down. I'm not very good at storing things, and I tend to forget, especially when it comes to the colder months, because I just think, oh, I just want to stay inside and it's too cold to be outside and what have you. So not this year though, Nicola, not this year. You're going to do it properly. So these are the dahlias. There's only one there that it's not showing any signs of life on the top quite yet, but I suspect if the others have popped up that this one shouldn't be far behind. So Mystery Day is certainly living up to its name. What day it'll come up is a mystery. Bum. Sorry about that. You can't resist a dodgy joke, can you really? Anyway, swiftly moving on, we'll come down to the next level. So I have got some strawberry runners. These were ones that I took last year off the mother plant. Great thing about strawberries, if you haven't grown strawberries already, you'll only ever need to buy in one lot, and then that's it. You'll have free plants for life. Just use the runners, just pin them in. So some of these leaves need to be taken away, but they seem quite healthy. These ones are from the previous year before, so these ones are in their second year, but look, you can see I am starting to get flowers, which means I will be able to pick some strawberries if I can get to them first before the kids do, because they always seem to snaffle them while my back's turned, which is probably the best thing to do really. And then over on this side, okay, so I grew tomatoes very early on and I've done really well with them to get them to this stage, but I think I was a bit hasty on putting them in the greenhouse. Now I have been covering them and some of them look okay, but I am seeing signs of a little bit of like frost cold damage really. Whether these will be salvageable, will they still produce me some tomatoes? If you are a bit of an expert in tomatoes, or you've got more experience than what I have, like I know I've definitely lost this one, please put me a comment in the comment boxes below, just to see if there's any advice you can give me on what's the best course of action to take with these. Whether it's a case of picking off leaves, or if I should just start another batch from fresh as well, which I don't mind doing. So yeah, so that's the tomatoes. Up on the top shelf here, they are all ranunculus. I got 10 corms out of Wilkinson's, and I think I paid about £2 for them. But I have been looking at them, because I had to soak them. If you've never done corms before, ranunculus corms, they are best to have a soak for at least 6 hours, if not longer. And you put them in a pot of compost in some soil, and then you leave them, and you don't feed them until they start to show signs of life. Now these have been in here, I think, between a week and 2 weeks, and I'm just going to I did this earlier on. Can you see that? Can you see that there? That is signs of life. So they are starting to come through just nicely now, which is really, really exciting, because I have a thing about ranunculus. I mean, this is one I've bought in. This isn't one I've grown, but it's just so pretty. I don't normally do frilly flowers. I'm not a frilly type of person, but there is just something about the ranunculus. The way it sounds, the way it looks, this particular colour, this one is an unknown variety. It's just a one I picked up out of B&Q, but it's stunning. It's just such a stunning flower. So if you haven't got ranunculus, you can see that one's just coming through now. There's plenty of bud on these as well, and there's still buds coming through underneath. But yeah, if you've not looked at ranunculus before, I just go for it. Get some in, whether you buy them in or if you try and grow them from corms. This was another one. I didn't even have to go looking for this one. You've got a good sign of life there on that one. But see, they all are growing and showing signs of life. So yeah, I'm really excited about them growing. Actually, I might give some away, or I could quite easily find some in the beds for them. What else have I got to show you? Oh yes, my alpine seeds. Now anybody who's been keeping up to date with me recently will know that I made a visit to the Alpine Garden Society show, which was my very first one. Alpines are a lovely, easy plant to care for. They come in a huge range of choices to pick from, and they're really nice, but they have a bit of a reputation as to being difficult to grow from seed. So I thought, why not pick some seeds whilst I was there to have a go at growing from scratch myself. So I have got is that Primula? Yeah, Primula marginata at the back. Now these shouldn't take too long, hopefully, to grow through. These have been in here about a week or so now, so they've not really been in that long. Maybe yeah, a week. They've only had a week. This one is Ranunculus montanus. Again, that one should hopefully come up over the next few months, fingers crossed. But they can have a long germination period, alpines, which I think what adds more mystery to them. I went for 2 irises, so I've got Iris latifolia and Iris vicaria. So these will eventually produce bulbs, but these specifically can take about a year for germination to come through. But I am willing to give them a go, and I would quite happily contemplate on putting some into the show. So the specimens I saw at that local show were just amazing, and seeing that other people are able to do it, I think sometimes we all have this element of fear, and it's like, oh my goodness, can I do it? The best thing to do is just give it a go. You've got a packet of seeds, doesn't matter what it is, as long as you read the instructions and give it its basics needs, you can't go far wrong. And if things do take a while to germinate, don't give up on them. Just, you know, just give them that space that they need. So yeah, so these are the alpine seeds. So they're just sort of sat out the way in the shade. But I have just noticed something sat at the back. Can you see that? You little tinker. Do you know, my problem I've got is this: my greenhouse isn't it's not on the ground, so there's like a gap on the bottom. I'm so sorry that I'm doing this whilst I'm filming, but I really need to remove this because this little tinker is obviously waiting for a feast, an old feast buffet to open up, and I think not. Like, don't get me wrong, I like snails. They're really cool animals, the fact that they carry their houses on their back. But you are not living here. Or as a Turner and Hooch quote would be, this is not your home. Yes, you are going to go outside. I'm just going to pop him out there for now. And I shall give him a proper home. So, as you can see, plenty of stuff going on. Certainly lots of keeping me on my toes. You know me, I like to throw myself in and have a go at trying things. So it's just keeping on top of it, really. There's still stuff to sow for the front garden. I've still got seedlings growing in the house for hanging baskets and stuff, because I've told my mum I'll do her hanging baskets for her this year and grow it all from seed. So I've got a few bits and pieces in there. So that will be another update, hopefully in another few weeks when I've got them all potted on, and I'll share with you what I've got growing on there. So yeah, but I do love this little greenhouse. You know, I'm quite lucky that I've got it, really. It's just a little sanctuary where I get to come and sit in, and even if there's not really anything, well, you think there's nothing going on, but obviously there is underneath, you know. And I think that's what the magic of it is you can be sat here still yourself, drinking your tea and minding your own business, lost in your thoughts, you know. And the plants and the seeds are all, you know, underneath, and after they're having a little bit of a warm off some heat that's finally on its way, and they're just sort of like magic happening underneath. It's lovely, it's really nice. So I will leave it there for now. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Anything you want to give me any advice on, leave a comment below. Obviously, if you like to see more of what's going on in my garden, in the greenhouse and whatnot, then please subscribe. I would love it if you could subscribe. And until next time,